world, Sharon here, Bunters Living Abroad. Today we are going to make some face masks, all to do with the coronavirus. It's affecting us all and it's so easy to do. Even my two granddaughters, Ruby and Nancy, they can make them too. So join me, let's have a go. First of all, we need some materials, and they say cotton is the best. The denser the material, that means that the thickness of the material is going to be more effective just to prevent the droplets from communicating with each other. So to test how dense, thick a material can be, you can put it to the sun, and if you can see the sunlight, not that you can over here, but if you can see the sunlight through, then it's no good. It's too porous. It's not going to be any good. So this is no good for me. So that's in the bin. Then we have another one. It's a bit too big though, but you can cut it down if you want, but we can fold it. We're going to fold it anyway, so it doesn't matter what size it is. You can use a napkin or a tea towel or even a pillowcase, and they say that the more you fold it so that it's doubled or tripled, the better it's going to be. All right, so this one, if I hold that up to the light, that's quite holy. Yeah, I can see the sun in that, even though it's dark material, so that's no good for me. Now then, this, to me, I've tested it before, and there's not much sunlight going through this at all. So this is a napkin, and I'm going to use this, okay? And then the next thing we need are two elastic bands. Now, I know my granddaughters will probably have a pair of these, so let's get cracking. Right, okay, so I have my material. I've chosen it because you can't, well, you can see the light, but not as much as that. I think it's very difficult on the camera, but when you're doing it at home, you'll see. And that is really holy, even though it looks as if there's no light showing. There is actually. This one is definitely the best one. Okay, so if you place it on the table or whatever you're working on, and they say, as I said, and they say that if you double it, you've got a better chance of it being more effective. So we've doubled that, and then we're going to fold it like that. It doesn't matter if it doesn't meet in the middle. And what you're going to do is just pick it up, and you're going to see what it covers on your face, because it needs to cover here and around about there. So if you find it does, then we're cracking. If it's too small or too big, you can just move the material a little bit. So I think that's better. Next is an optional filter. They say that if you can put a filter in, more chances of it working. But then again, the same principle goes with the type of material that you've used for the mask. It's the same really for the filter, and they recommend that you use something that's got a dense consistency, but not too dense that you can't breathe. And it's like saying, oh, what, she died of corona? No, she died of suffocation. So be careful of what you choose. I've got some felt here, so most families, if they've got kids or whatever and you're being crafty, you might find some felt. They do say that baby wipes and kitchen roll, that's no good because it's too porous, but this is quite dense, and they do say that you should get a natural fibre content, but that's quite difficult to get hold of. So I'm going to try this. They say that the natural fibre felt makes it easier to breathe and doesn't hold the condensation. But at the end of the day, we're all on lockdown. It's very, we're not going out as much as we did, but when we do, if we use a mask, it's got to be better than not using a mask. So make do amends, as we say. So anyway, put your chosen filter, after you've cut it and everything, in there, and then check it working. So then the bubbles. Okay, so I'm sure that Nancy and Ruby will have a pair of these, and all you have to do, if you can see, is put them either side. That's one, and do the same on this one. Yeah, how are we there? Probably to around the place where your filter is. Okay, so let's have a go again. And you can see that it naturally bends, so you don't have to prat about with filters. So then again, you can see that it naturally folds to the shape of your face because of the elastic bands, so you don't have to prat about with the folds and everything that you see that people are making sewing and that. Life's too short. Okay, so then if you fold that in there and fold that in there, some will fold that into the other one. You can if you want. Okay, and if you're that way inclined, you can get the iron out, but I've not ironed for 3 years, living off the grid. No, so that will do me nicely. Let's see if it works. If it doesn't, we can easily modify it over the ears, and there we go. Yeah, nice and tight. Nice and tight. Better than nothing. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel. We have all sorts of different things like this lined up. It's either horsey or something to do with living abroad. Everybody's going through this with the corona, so I thought it was quite topical. Keep safe, keep well. Love to you all. Bye.